Hey everybody, what is going on? Chris Burns, Bruce Kennedy, Doug or D Brayman. I don't actually Dave. It's Dave Brayman. How's it going? Negative 15 in Wyoming. Negative 23 in Southwest Wyoming from Kim. It is a balmy 20 degrees out here in Montrose, Colorado right now. We had a really nasty storm yesterday though. Lots of wind, lots of rain with some snow. It made the roads really crappy. And there's a ton of ice everywhere. It's supposed to warm up. Hopefully it gets warm enough to start melting this stuff so we get back to riding dirt bikes very soon. How is everybody doing? We're getting ready to start this thing. We'll go ahead and do the official intro here shortly. It is great to see you guys. If you're watching, say what's up. Hey, what is happening? Jeff Greenwood coming in from Thailand. How are you, man? I think you're... I know, I forget every week. Coffee, just black, absolutely. Oh, it's so good. So good this morning. Hey, there's my mom. Everybody say hi to Suzanne Spradling. Love you, mama. 35 degrees. Is that Celsius, I'm guessing? Which would be legit warm. 34 in Las Vegas. That's chilly for Las Vegas. We were just in Las Vegas on Sunday night. We were Sunday afternoon, evening, whatever. Driving through Las Vegas on our way back home. From riding down in Havasu and Laughlin area. It was awesome. Todd Colvin, thanks. Good to be back. Good to see you, dude. How is that 300 SX treating you? I'm assuming very well. Mine has over 50 hours on it now, and it's been, anyway, super happy with it. Could not be any happier with that motorcycle. And big news, well, I don't know if it's big news, but news, we are... getting our 6500 kit in next week, so I'm going to be filming a lot about that kit because there's a lot of talk about it. I know a lot of you guys like hear 6500 kit, and you can get them for the open chambers or the Explorers, and you can get them for the AARs. And what exactly are they? That's coming in. Those are on their way here. They shipped yesterday, so should have them very soon. And we'll be showing you guys all that and getting them on my bike and testing. Sweet Chris Burns, you're going to be stoked on the TSP head and tuner. The reflash is really good. My favorite thing about the reflash is the more oil and more gas, which is always a good thing for longevity of things. All right, guys. Welcome to the Gospel of Two Wheels. Number 219, where the coffee's hot, the bikes are fast, and your comments are thankfully absolutely ridiculous. It is great to be here in Western Colorado. Get it, Gary. What is up? Mojave Mike, what is up from Las Vegas? If you are new to this live show, first of all, hit subscribe if you haven't, and make sure you jump in. Send me a little message in here in the chat saying, hey, where you're from. Let's talk about what is your favorite breakfast food today. 5280 James, what's happening? What is up? Two-Stroke Addict coming in from Australia. I forget, where are you in Australia? I know you're in the land down under, as they call it. as we call it. Probably not you. One of these days, I'm coming to see you, and I want to go to New Zealand and Australia and ride dirt bikes in both places. Just a big deal. Also, there my mom is coming in reminding you guys to hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and say what's up. I got to get my microphone because I remember. Look at this. Rich Pierce, thank you so much for the microphone. We have cool mic situation here. It's awesome. First top in because of your videos. Yes, right on, Lance. KX100, you're going to have no problem. Those are awesome bikes. Super simple. It's good. Nothing like a good breakfast burrito. Absolutely. I just had mine this morning. It was so good. Oatmeal. And from Pennsylvania. Right on. Get it, Gary. My 6500 cartridges just shipped from Pennsylvania. Solid performance. TSP mid, head, and reflash works. Awesome. It's very good. I'm really happy with those ones we've installed. I don't have one on my bike because I don't have a TPI. But I am interested to see what TSP does with the TBIs, though, if they get into that ECU and do any mapping and stuff. So we just got back from an awesome trip down to Lake Havasu City, Arizona. If you guys haven't been there, I highly recommend it. The video about that will drop right after this is over, right after this live broadcast is over. That video will come out. It's us riding in Havasu and in Laughlin. And I can't tell you, first of all, Chris Kinberg, I don't know if he's watching, but Chris, thank you so much for the tour. It was really awesome. Yes, Kim Jackson, bacon. Bacon should be added to every breakfast, whatever it is. Even the oatmeal would probably be pretty darn good with some maple smoked bacon. Actually, that sounds freaking phenomenal. Anyway, that's going to happen soon. So, Lake Havasu City, Arizona is really cool. It's a weird place because it has no real history other than it started in 1964 by Mr. McCulloch, the chainsaw guy, and it's awesome. David Barbichek getting XC at Loretta's right on. Sweet, from Tennessee. Cool. I didn't know they raced cross country at Loretta's. That's super cool. Yeah, I don't really know much about that place except for the amateur nationals. But yeah, I cannot recommend Havasu enough as far as a destination to go ride dirt bikes. The desert there is huge and completely open. There are no trail signs, no nothing. It's just go. It's massive BLM. That probably won't last forever, unfortunately. They'll, someone will ruin it, and then the government will come in and jack it all. It'll be annoying. But right now, it's free for all, and it's super cool because you can get out there and get away from everybody and really have a ton of fun. And then the town is obviously hopping all the time. There's some sort of event going on every weekend. Like this weekend, they had the Rockabilly show thing, throwdown. Anyway, it was a huge Rockabilly show. They had bands playing every night, and they had a big car show. And then the other thing they had was the fireworks this week from all the people competing to get the July 4th fireworks were there setting off fireworks for 3 nights in a row, and it was all free, and it was awesome. What up, Mojave Mike? Thumbs up, fools! Yes, that's awesome. EXC question. I have a random rattle that sounds like a snare drum. One YouTube video says the power valve, no loss of performance, just a rattle. Any ideas? That's interesting. Bike fault / Jeff. Maybe the power valve, but a lot of times it depends on how many hours are on that top end. It could be your piston slapping. I've had that, and they don't necessarily change in performance, but they until it breaks. So it could be that. Let me know how many hours are on that top end. Hey, near Boyanup in the southwest of Western Australia. If you ever come to Australia, that would be awesome. It's 11 p.m. late night over here. Sleep later, 2-stroke stuff now. Yes, 2-stroke. I love it. Just watch out for the side-by-side. Yes. So don't is saying watch out for the side-by-sides in Havasu 100%. You do really have to watch out for them. But the good thing is, since it's kind of just an open, free-for-all, what you do, at least what we did and what I would imagine is the best thing to do is you park where you park and you ride very cautiously out of there to the north and I guess that would be east of town and go and just get up into the hills where it gets steep and then you're fine because they can't get up there and at least not yet. They haven't plowed it down. So but yeah, you got to be super careful when you're anywhere near the parking lot because they're everywhere and out of hand. Actually, a friend of ours had a friend who lost a kid, unfortunately, this year out there. Got hit by a side-by-side. It really sucked. Robert Boucher, what is up? Teddy Roosevelt, how's it going, man? Only 50 hours on the piston, so that does not sound like it should be piston slapping unless the cylinder is worn out and you just got too much clearance. So it shouldn't be that. Is it only the other thing is it when does it happen? Is it all the time during the revs or is it only sometimes? And a little more information. Let's keep going. We'll try to figure this thing out. Charles Swigger, what's happening? Where you got is that a huge fish? Is that a huge carp in your profile pic? Dude, that's a massive fish. That's awesome. If you guys pay attention to my personal Facebook page, you know that I am completely addicted to tying flies now. It's a bit of a thing. I already got up and tied 2 flies this morning before coming in. I am, it's nuts. So anyway, Havasu, super cool, really fun place to be, free camping all over the place. And then we rode in Laughlin, or just outside of Laughlin, and that was also epic, just super, super cool. Really a just amazing desert, and completely different than the stuff near Havasu. I say completely different. It's still desert, still rocky, whatever. But the dirt was very different. A lot more traction in Laughlin. It's more decomposed granite, but anyway, still slippery, but not as slippery as the other stuff. Anyway, super, super cool. Highly recommend both those areas. I don't have GPS tracks or anything like that. Just go find them. You can just go everywhere. Could have nothing for random. So, bike fault. If you're getting a random rattle, I highly doubt it's the power valve. Highly, highly doubt it. It could be, but doubt it. If it's random like that, Bruce Kennedy, has on to what is probably going on. Something with either your pipe springs or something else rattling on the cylinder, the pipe. Sometimes if those O-rings are kind of worn out or whatever, it can and get just the right harmonics and just bounce that thing. Scott Schwager, what's happening, man? And get it, Gary. I love fly fishing. Also, I've been doing that way longer than I've been riding dirt bikes, and it's just I love it. I took kind of a long break from it, partially because my kids were young, and fly fishing is really hard for little kids, and so can dirt biking be, but if I had focused on that, we would have been really good at that. But we were focusing on dirt bikes, and so they got good at that, but the fly fishing was tough. But now both boys are amazing. Great Falls, Montana have 0 miles on a new 300XE. Dang, below 0 in snow. How do you like Kelsey's head versus stock? Dana Young, I like it very much. It's really good for the low end, but it still lets it rev out. It's good, especially at elevation. If I were at sea level, I don't know that I would necessarily use one. I mean, I don't know. You can always get more performance, right? So I probably would, but it'd obviously be a different head. But up here, it's a big benefit. And Dana, do you know Cameron Poncelot up there in Great Falls? He's a super good dude who showed us around in Wickenburg. And Bike Vault, yeah, check that stuff. When the rattle shows up, Bike Vault, try putting your foot on the pipe. Just like push down on the pipe with your foot on the top and see if you can get it to, go away. Do the states like Utah, Nevada, Arizona have a mapping system like Cotrex? No, they do not. No other state has Cotrex, a Cotrex-like app that I know of, unless someone else, let me know. I just purchased an Enduro Engineering rear rotor guard and having trouble finding rear caliper guard to fit on my 23. Any ideas? I don't know. I just know the Bulletproof Designs one fits, but I don't know if it fits on the EE. How do you train for a race if the weather is so bad you can't ride for weeks? Go to the gym, lift weights, do kettlebell swings until you are just beat down. And then if you can, get onto a like a bicycle inside and just practice your balance. Just stand up and just try to track stand it would be my recommendation. Or go to the gym if you got a gym to get some cardio, but like kettlebells and all that are really cheap and free. Dana Cameron is a rad dude. He's a bad man on a motorcycle. So if you like the hard stuff, try to hook up with him because he's really good and knows all the cool stuff. Beta has rubber tubes over the springs for this reason from Beta. Yeah. Bruce Kennedy's talking about the little rubber covers on the springs. FMF puts them on their springs for actually for the four-strokes, which is weird. Michigan has many map options. Avenza with VV map. Bruce Kennedy. So Avenza is everywhere. The thing about Cotrex is that it's state run, and so it's got. I mean, it's probably not every legal single track, but it's darn close to every legal single track in the entire state, and it's free. And you can download each like block of the state and have it permanently on your phone. It's just really, really nice. And you can like select for when things are closed, when things are not closed. It'll only show you the single track, or it'll only show you the side by side, or it'll only show you the stuff that's open right now, or it's super, super nice. Yeah, it's better than, I mean, we sell maps on Avenza for around here, but honestly, it's better. Michael Webster, what's happening? British Columbia, no riding here, just sleds. Yeah, I bet. Where in BC are you, Alan? Kevin Donahoe, your opinion, how often do we service suspension? She serves shock, forks at the same time. Kevin Donahoe, yes. My opinion is yes. Every 50, 60 hours, you should service your suspension, and you should do front and rear. Do you have to? No. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but if you go longer, you end up wearing things out because, little bits of metal in the bushings and stuff like that slowly come off, just like any wear, right? And then it gets in there, and the longer you go with that, sliding up and down there, it can wear things out. So better to just change it early. I just serviced suspension from Jimmy Neihart, which is a bummer. Jimmy Neihart's not on here right now. He's probably avoiding me because he owes me money. I just finished servicing his suspension. It had 100 hours, 80 to 100 hours on it. And honestly, it looked pretty good. Hey, what's up, Countershocks Nate? How you doing, man? Bruce, I will get to that. I was running 1450 sprockets. Someone suggested go 1350. Someone went 1250. Too easy to lift front now. What are you running for hard enduro? Yeah, bike. Yeah, dude, 1250 is super low. On my old 300, which is more like yours, I'm running 1450 on that because I've got so much motor in it now. It's got the head, piston, everything from Kelsey, and the carburetor thing just barks. So I'm actually running a taller gearing than I normally would, but I would probably be running 1352, which is going to be between that 1350 and your 1250 for hard enduro, and I think that would be really good. I'm gonna race the new bike at the Donner Hard Enduro this year, and I will be training and stuff on that. I'll probably go down to right now it's got a 1450. I'll probably just go down to a 1350 on it. Question: XR60L. If the oil level is a bit over the dipstick, is it a big deal? No, Michael Webster, it's not a big deal. Mojave Mike, bonfires and beer. Heck yeah, man. No beer for me, but I love bonfires, and I love people enjoying themselves, so have a beer. Gabby Kashi, hi Morgum. What's happening, man? I don't know where you're from, Gabby, but how's it going? Bruce, can you see Johnny Walker's on a beta 200 race? Yes. Yeah, and he got the pre-bent radiators from Beta. They offer those to their factory racers, but not everybody else. And by the way, Garrett picked up his Beta. He loves the turning radius and all that stuff. Bike Vault 1250 is stupid low. That's just I would render first and second gear almost useless. Okanagan, BC, lots of timber sleds here. Don't really want to kit out my 500. Yeah, timber sleds are super fun. I had one for a season, but not a big fan. Israel, right on, coming in from Israel. That's cool. What time is it in Israel right now? That's crazy. That's a long way around the planet. Is 3 rear teeth same as 1 tooth? Pretty much Phil Sheridan. It's somewhere between 3 and 4. Obviously, you can't have between 3 and 4 in real life, but yeah, it's about like that. So I call it, in my mind, I call it 4 because I say that 2 is splitting the difference. So someone who's better at math and more of a nerd when it comes to that stuff could tell me exactly what the differences are. But yeah, anyway. 5:16 is it 5? Must be 5:16 p.m. And what day is it? Is it the 23rd or the 24th? That's east of here. Well, I guess it's also west of here if you go far enough. What else is going on, guys? What other questions do we have from you guys about dirt bikes? See news coming up. Shop night, not tonight. Tonight is off. I'm going to be filming the video on this thing, setting it up dual sport with all the Takamoto stuff. So that's happening tonight. I have a motor to build today, a 350 Husqvarna, FE. that I got to put back together. Finally got a crank, and so that's happening today. And then shop night is next Thursday. So if you guys are around here, near here, come on down. Hey, there's Jimmy Neihart. I thought you were avoiding me since you owe me money. What's happening, Neihart? How you doing, man? We were just talking about how your suspension, even though it had 100 hours on it, it looked like a small girl had ridden it for about 10 hours. So it looked really good. Last shop night was a good time. Yeah, Chad, that was a good time. And this one's going to be awesome. I think we have a big project we're going to do, 85 top end. Brody is going to be bringing that down. At least that's the plan. Plus anything else anybody wants to bring down in, we'll help out. So it's going to be fun. Again, if you guys aren't from here and you don't know what it is, I'm going to try to do it more often. It's, obviously it just takes up more time and life and whatever, but we try to open up the shop every now and then, once a month, twice a month, on a Thursday night or some evening, and let people come in, bring projects in, bring questions in, borrow tools, borrow my brain, borrow other people's brains that are here in town, and work on their bikes in a shop where they can have access to everything they need. Is there a company that has a solution to oil tank delete on TPI? Yes. I think there's a tank that holds. Yeah, Phil. TSP's got something going on. I guess I don't know. I haven't done it yet, but TSP has an oil tank delete. So does Pennant Racing. I think Pennant Racing has an oil delete that I think gets rid of the tank. Watch two of Adam's vids, and in both, it sounded like his bike has a serious lean and run-on sound on close throttle. Does he like it to lean down low? I haven't heard that yet, Kim. Was it the new bike? Because I haven't seen any of that. I got to talk to him about it. Well, no, he doesn't have the new bike. He only rode that new bike once. And maybe his old bike does, and I don't know about that. I didn't tune that one. But his new bike, the one we built, is in a container. Well, yeah, it's in a container on its way to Hawaii right now. So I don't know about his other bike. I never rode that. It was here. We were going to work on it. We never got a chance. Looking for a bike. What do you think is the best way to go, used or new? College student, don't have tons of funds. Get a used two-stroke. Get it, Gary. Find a used two-stroke and make sure you pay a little enough amount that you have still some money left over to rebuild it, because being a used bike, you never know. But the good thing about a two-stroke is that just about anybody can rebuild the top and bottom end on a two-stroke without too much trouble and without a whole bunch of tools. So I'm a big fan of that. And if you do that and especially if you buy a blown up one, then you just rebuild the whole thing from the get-go and you know what you got. So have 100%. Divide the front sprocket into the rear, and it gives you the ratio of 1250s. Okay, there we go. Thanks, Nate. I knew someone smarter than me would have an answer. Any problems with the bushings breaking for the skid plate on the 300XE? Not yet. I haven't had any issues. Kim Jackson old bike. There you go. They sell OEM resistor, but no solution for how to hold tray once tanker's removed. Thanks, Phil. I apologize. Yeah, I haven't done that. We've left the oil injection on all of them. Man, that would be, maybe, Phil, that could be something cool for you to develop. It can't be hard. Maybe if you got a friend with some 3D printing prowess, you could figure something out. That would be kind of a cool thing. Brad Wheaton, what's happening? Get a KDX. Two-stroke addict is dead right. For a college kid with not a lot of funds, get a KDX 200. Get the 200, not the 220. And we might have a little bit of argument there. But 200s actually made more power than the 220s. And they were just a better bike, in my opinion. The 220 was kind of I don't know. It wasn't a great upgrade. And everybody liked the 200 better that I know of. Get an old KDX. Tear the thing down, rebuild it. You have a great bike. There's tons of aftermarket parts, like bigger pegs. You can put different suspension. And you can go down a crazy rabbit hole making one of those things really cool. And but you don't have to. Like, they're great stocked, but you can just like pick away at it and do awesome stuff. You're liking the suspension on the new XC. So you mind just wondering if you're still experimenting. Dana, yes, I am super happy with it. The shock, I'm really happy with. The forks, I'm going to switch over to the 6500 kit here soon. I mentioned that earlier. And that's because mainly for testing. But that's a freaking $1,300 in parts plus labor. So it's like a $1,700 upgrade. That, I mean, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be really awesome. But does it need it? I don't know. I really like the front of my bike the way it is as an air fork. It's definitely more racy like that, and I really like what we've got with the shock. The new settings on the shock. I just did Jason Lash's. His should be back to him very soon. So yeah, no, I'm really happy, Dana. Give us a call, 970-240-2197. I'll type that in here. Anybody, give us a ring, and we can talk about it and get you all set up. I'd love to help you out. Thursday night shop gathering was available around here. Yeah, Michael Webster. Well, talk to your shop. Go talk to your shop and say, hey, man, maybe I can sponsor this. You obviously got to have someone who's willing to hang out for free and whatever, but maybe someone down there would be into it. Well, a thin wall, too, for now. Someone comes with. There you go, Phil. Sweet. Nice work with that. I'm thinking the 3D print situation might be a really good idea for someone that could just crank them out. Yeah, Gil, Viter, the 220 felt heavier too up high. It was weird. It was weird. The 220, let's hear about that. Let's talk about KDX 220s. Why did they F that up? The 200 was such a good bike. Ryan Patterson, what's happening? That's not anywhere to high up stator. Not yet. I haven't been able to get a new stator yet. In fact, I got to check on my order. Because I haven't got a new one. I'm gonna take my new one down to my buddy who has an alternator shop and see if he can rewind it for us and get some more juice out of it. Oh, Stroke Addict, are you that guy? Are you the guy we've been like? No, there's a guy. No, there's a guy. I thought it was in Australia that had a KDX, but it was in a KX 250 frame, 4-stroke aluminum frame. But that's awesome. What's your opinion on pumper cars for XR 400? Brayman, I don't do it. I'm not a big fan of putting pumper carbs onto bikes that don't have pumper carbs, especially XRs. I did it to an XR 650R, actually the one that I still own, and I hated it. And I just was not a fan. So it was harder to tune. It didn't work. It didn't make any more power. Carburetors can't make, well, they can change the power characteristics. They really can't make a whole lot more power. They can change the power characteristics. They can clean things up and all that. They can make things snappier. But anyway, I wasn't a fan. Daryl, yes, you go with KYB. So the KYB is good. I really like the 6500 because I like sticking with the WP parts in there. And I also just like WP closed cartridge forks a lot. So I posted with fly tying addiction. Looks like an Abel Ross acquired a vice manufacturing company. Oh, Ryan, really? Who do they acquire? I don't need one of those. It's going to be $1,000 vice. Go away, Ryan Patterson. Don't tell me about these things. The secret's out in the KDX. Everyone wants top dollar for them. I know, Mojave Mike, it is out. I am so blessed to have a KDX, a 98 KDX 200 that was given to me by Robbie Noyles. Thank you, Robbie. And yeah, I love it. I'll never sell that thing. It's taught a ton of people how to ride. My kids use it to show their boys, their friends how to ride. And my wife rides it. It's so good. Daryl Yazzie, boo. I love KYB stuff too. I just honestly, I've ridden KYB and we've valved it. TBT's valved it. Jason Lash has it, and he loves our KYB conversion on his AR forks. He loves it. I don't know. 6500. I'm excited about it. Phil, I know I love the 6500 kit. I'm excited about it. And you know, it's like $500 less, I think. And I get to keep the normal fork lugs and all that stuff, which I like. I like messing with bikes. I love modifying bikes. I like doing all that stuff. But if there's some things I can keep stock, I like to keep stock. And like it helps too. And I don't know about the those KYB lugs, but I have the fork protectors underneath mine. I don't know if those would fit if I had to get new ones. So anyway, I'm a big fan. I watched your range video with their XC. What do you think of a comparison with range between a TPI with the same size tank? Gil, that's an interesting question. So I just was talking to a friend of mine who is maybe going down to Texas for the Lone Star Enduro, and he is he's got a 22 TPI, 22 or 23. I don't know. I think it's a 22. It doesn't matter. They're basically the same. And he ran out of gas at the first race. When I went racing with mine the first time down in Espanola, New Mexico, he raced his and he ran out of gas at 40 miles. I mean, didn't make it back to the pits, lost the race. Actually, it's a super bummer. I mean, he's fine. He's healthy. It's not that big of a deal. It's a local race. But it was a bummer because he was doing really well and ran out of gas and he, came in dead last. So that sucked. It's not awesome. So it's weird. TPIs are funny. Like some of them seem to get really good mileage and some of them seem to get bad. But to me, it seems like they're about the same. Once they're all tuned up and running well, whether you're doing TSB or getting the most recent flash from KTM or whatever. It seems like they're about the same. I had a late 90s KDX 200 and KX 125 frames. It was fast on that. Bought some new there before I drank the Penton and the KTM Kool-Aid. Lots of people putting KDX motors in cool frames and stuff like that. Countershocks. Didn't the 220 have upside down forks and the 200 was conventional? That is interesting. So the 220 I think did have upside down forks, but so did the 200 for a short year range, and I don't remember what it is. There's a year range that the 200 had upside down forks, but basically everybody with a KDX now, I mean, obviously they quit making them a long time ago. Almost everybody with a KDX now has upside down forks on it because you can put KLX forks on it. They're upside down. You can probably put the KX 220 forks on it. Obviously, you can go KX 125 front end, all that kind of stuff. Most people by now have done something like that. But yeah, there for a while. Maybe someone else can chime in. It was like a 94 to 96 or 1990 to 94. I forget, had upside down forks on the 200. Only for a few years. Yeah, Sandy Smith. I can't remember what it was, but it was interesting. Bikefall, did you get any feedback on that Chinese smart carb? Yeah, so I'm still waiting. I haven't heard from those guys. I was supposed to hear from them, I thought by now, because I made a final video and it was a huge thumbs down. I could not, I blocked the choke circuit. I did all the things he asked me to do. It's still, every time I'd hit rough stuff, it would flood. Down steep hills, it would flood. It made me so mad. I was like, I'm done with this, period. So I was out. So I didn't post it. I talked to the guy because he's a nice guy, and I don't want to just throw him under the bus online because it's not cool. And that wasn't a mean video, but it wasn't great. And so I talked to him. I was like, hey, man, this thing doesn't work. I got a video for it. I'm about to release it. I just wanted to let you know. And he's like, no, please let me, there must be something wrong with your car. Let me send you a 36 millimeter. I'll send you two of them, one with external vents, one with internal vents, and blah. I just got to wait till after the Chinese New Year and all this stuff. So we'll see. I'm giving him another month because I don't need to release the video. It's not a big deal for me. If he wants to keep trying to make it right, I will keep testing. But Daisy is right here with the key in on it. So there's that. Scott Willard, TPI fuel mileage. I switched from 91 non-ethanol to 91 pump gas, and mileage went from 25 to 28 to 35 to 40. Huh? Scott, well, that's huge. What is happening, Mike Barnato? Aloha. Very soon we will be heading there. 1 year, 94, I think, Mojave Mike. It's only 1 year. That's interesting. 93, 94, upside down. There you go, Phil Sheridan. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so I knew it was somewhere in there. That's cool. KDX 200, 125 is really good, but it doesn't keep up with my 200 SX. Yeah, two-stroke, it probably wouldn't, but it's good. Like, the nice thing about KDX is they're almost unbreakable. I think it was Sandy Smith Yeah, Sandy Smith has 4 of them. They're almost unbreakable, and they, man, God, they just are good motorcycles and super fun. And with guys like Jeff Fredette out there, there are a million cool parts that were developed for those things. So they're rad. I like them a lot. What else, guys? I'm trying to think of anything else going on here. We're gonna keep the morning Gospel Two Wheels here now. We're gonna roll right into that because Thursday night rides are coming very soon. As soon as I get back from Hawaii, we will be starting Thursday night rides. The Hawaii trip is coming soon. If you guys haven't yet subscribed or hit the little notification bell, do that because we're going to have a ton of content coming from that. I'm excited. Like I said, as soon as we hang up here, I'm going to be posting the video from Havasu and Laughlin. We had a ton of fun. It was just great. I can't recommend that enough. It was really, really cool. Yeah, I don't know. Any other questions? We'll hang out here for another couple minutes in case anybody has any questions. Also, I just saw a thumbs up. If you guys haven't yet, back out of the chat. Hit the thumbs up and then come on back in. Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks, Bruce. I appreciate that. Bruce Kennedy reminding me of my job. I'm going to actually pull up something here. I'm going to pull up my link. Guys, I have been fortunate enough to be picked up by Climb, and they are helping me out as a racer. We're not a dealer here at the shop, and that's because I just don't carry enough stuff. It doesn't make any sense, honestly. We're too small of a physical shop to carry a bunch of stuff. So anyway. But if you guys want to help me out and you want to get some amazing gear, and honestly, I reached out to Climb. They didn't come after me. They're a huge company. They sponsor lots of people. I reached out to them because I absolutely freaking love their gear, and it is crazy expensive. Yes, but I've had a pair of Dakar pants now for freaking 2 seasons, and I'm hard on equipment, guys. 2 seasons, and it's still holding up. Dakar jersey, Mojave jersey. Thank you, Paul Anstey. I haven't talked to Paul in such a long time. Hey, thank you, Kevin O'Laughlin, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. So yeah, Paul Anstey gave me the jerseys. I bought the pants. I've got a couple review videos on them from 2 years ago. I love them, and I just was like, man, I got to reach out. So I reached out. They said yes. I am so excited. I just put the link up. If you guys use that, it helps me. It gets you awesome stuff. It really is massive. So I'm going to be pushing that stuff a lot. I will also be testing it rigorously, continuously, so that if anything shows up, any weird quality issues or whatever, I'm going to let you guys know, because I do still have to buy the gear. I just get it at a very discounted rate, which I very much appreciate from them, but it's not free. So they're not paying me or anything like that, but they have helped me out a lot, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, thanks, Bruce. I appreciate it. You do have my 6. That's awesome. And Kevin, I would agree. Their vintage gear is absolutely brilliant. It's vintage in all the right places, and it's tough as nails. Like, so many vintage gear is really nice and breathes well, but it tears the second you look at it. Yeah, Ryan Patterson, Climb gear worth it if you can afford the initial cost. And it is high dollar, but man, I mean, 2 years out of a pair of pants. I've never had a pair of pants make it 2 years, except for, if anybody remembers, back in the old days, the old MSR NXT gear. I don't know if you guys remember that stuff. That was awesome. Bruce sitting in one of the jackets. You should talk to them. Maybe they'll use you for a thing. Climb ice racing, so warm. Yeah, Phil Sheridan, so good. Barnado, very, very good. Garrett, I know no one has one to try on. It's unfortunate. Maybe I'll try one, and you can try mine on to see. I know our heads are different. Sandy Smith, thanks so much for joining us. Rocky Mountain even bought the bulletproof design. Yes. Charles, good move, dude. Good move. You'll be very happy. All right. See, Danny Young, just curious on your oil gas 41. Have you fouled your plugs? No, not one plug has been fouled at 40 to 1. And I'm running the BR70S, which is what came in my bike, but everybody else's came with an 8, which is weird. But yeah, no foul plugs. It's been perfect. Let's see. Climb is in my gear bag. Yeah, Climb Pro helmet can bring myself to buy the gear. Too much money. New Mexico Desert Racer. It's seriously, it's expensive, but if you ever feel like you're a little more flush with cash, try it out. You'll be worth it. Gil, you do remember the NXT. The old Thor stuff lasted. All the old stuff lasted too. James, third season with Mojave Pants. That's awesome. Michael Webster, thank you for watching. All right, guys. I'm going to boogie because I got lots of work to do. I got to build a freaking 4-stroke motor today, which I'm excited about. It's super fun. I love you guys. Punk Rock Club, I love you more than everyone else. You guys are my favorite. If you're new, you're just watching this for the first time on replay, hit the subscribe button. Join us on a Thursday morning, 8 o'clock, Thursday mornings, Mountain Standard Time. Pretty much every week. Sometimes it changes. I'll be in Hawaii. I might do it in Hawaii. We'll see what happens. Yours has a 70S too, Charles. That's crazy. Not all of them do. That's awesome. All right. I love you. Have a great day. Get out, spread the gospel of two wheels. And as always, you know what I'm going to say. I hope that what we're doing here is inspiring you guys to work on, but way more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes!